Hello, Fo. Welcome back to our lesson Mathematics. Now we are going to learn about comparing fractions and ordering fractions. First, we need to review the material last meeting. Let's do it. Can you find the answer? Number 1. Compare 1/4 and 3/10. Answer. We need to find their equivalent fractions. You know why? Because 1/4 and 3/10 have different denominator. Denominator are 4 and 10. 1/4 3/10 times 2 equals to 8. Times 2 equals 620. 8 and 20 still different. We need to find equivalent fractions for 1/4. Times 3 equals 12. Times 4 equals 418, 16. Times 5 equals 520. Now, between 1/4 and 3/10 have denominator equals 20. Denominators are the same, which is 20. Now, we can compare the numerators. 5 and 6. Because 520 is smaller than 620, so 1/4 is smaller than 3/10. Number 2. Compare the fractions of the shaded parts. Look at the picture. 1/2 or a half and 3/8. Look at the shaded parts. Based on the shaded parts, the part of 1/2 or a half is greater than 3/8. We have reviewed the material last meeting. Now we go to the main topic, comparing and ordering fractions. Get focused. Comparing and ordering fractions. Definition. Comparing fractions means determining the greater and the smaller fractions between any two or more fractions. Since fractions are made of two parts, a numerator and a denominator, they are compared using a certain set of rules. Ordering fractions means arranging fractions from the smallest to the greatest, ascending order, or the greatest to the smallest, descending order. Example 1. Compare the fractions below and arrange them. Begin with the smallest, 1/2 to 1/5 and 3/4. Answer. All fractions have different denominators, so we need to find their equivalent fractions. 1/2 to 1/5, 3/4. 1/2 times 2 equals 2/4. 2/5 times 2 equals 4/10. 3/4 times 2 equals 6/8. 4, 10, and 8 still different. So we need to find the equivalent fractions for each fraction. 1/2 times 3, 3/6. Times 4, 4/8. Times 5, 5/10. Times 6, 6/12. Times 7, 7/14. Times 8, 8/16. Times 9, 9/18. Times 10, 10/12. 20. 2/5 times 3, 6/15. Times 4, 8/20. 3/4 times 3, 9/12. Times 4, 4, 12/16. Times 5, 15/20. So, they have the same denominator, which is 20. Now, we can compare their numerators, 10, 8, and 15. 8/20 is the smallest. So the smallest fractions is 2/5. 15 is the greatest. So the greatest fraction is 3/4. The fractions arranged from the smallest are 2/5, a half, and 3/4. Example 2. Draw bars to show the fractions 2/3, 4/7, and 7/10. Compare the fractions and arrange them in order begin with the greatest. Answer. Drawing bars of each fractions. 2/3. We need to color or shade 2 parts out of 3 parts. 4/7. We need to shade or color 4 parts out of 7. 7/10. We need to color 7 parts out of 10. Now, between 2/3 and 7/10 have the difference. So, it shows the parts of 7/10 is greater than 2/3. The greatest fractions is 7/10. The smallest fractions is 4/7. The fractions arranged from the greatest are 7/10, 2/3, and 4/7. Example 3. Compare 3/8, 5/6, and 1/3 using number lines. Arrange them in order. Begin with the greatest. Answer. 3/8. Here is the number lines and 3/8 is here. 5/6. Here is the number line of 6th and the position of 5/6 in here is here. Next, 1/3. Here's the number line and the position of 1/3 is here. 1/3 and 2/6 are equivalent. So, we can find that 3/8 greater than 1/3. From the number lines above, we can see that 5/6 is the greatest fractions. The fractions arranged from the greatest to the smallest are 5/6, 3/8, and 1/3. Today we have learned now the first, Comparing fractions. Check denominators. If they are different, find the equivalent fraction of each fraction. Number 2, ordering fractions. Compare the fractions and arrange them in order, ascending or descending. That's all about comparing and ordering fractions. Thank you and Amitofo. See you next time. Bye-bye.